That's so funny. Where's my love? Not here. Hey, everybody. I am coming to you live from Los Angeles on December the 15th. This is a very important day for a number of reasons, but I have a cold if I sound funny or different or whatever. And Jack, good morning. Oh, wow. You know, I remember when I was in high school, and I grew up in Tennessee. Jack is saying that he hopes there's no school because they're awaiting a wintry, messy snow. And I can remember in Tennessee so many times hoping that we would have no school. So I know exactly what you're thinking, Jack. Take it easy there, Steve. And so anyway, what was I saying? I have a cold, and the thing is, my son Walker arrived in Thanksgiving. It seems like Thanksgiving was just like yesterday. And he arrived a couple days after day after Thanksgiving, and he had a really bad cold. And I thought, oh dear. So I went and bought us vitamin C, and we were just gobbling this stuff down. And I was making him take 2 every 2 hours. And so I talked to his girlfriend on the plane while they were flying home. She can text from the plane. I don't know how you do that, but it's always so amazing when I get a text and I know that somebody's actually flying in the sky. It's so weird. I'm so old school. Anyway, she said, I said, make him take some more vitamin C. And she goes, even though it only says 4 per day on the bottle. I said, oops. So I said, so anyway, he, of course, he's young and healthy, and he doesn't drink any caffeine or alcohol or anything. So, he rallied, and he was in Dallas like 3 days later for a week trip or something. So meanwhile, Eric shows up last Saturday, as you know, if you watch my channel, and he had a cold. I sent him home after a half day. And so he exposed me. So I have been fighting this a little bit all week. And I'm hoping that I went to the doctor. She listened to my lungs, and she said my lungs were clear. And so I'm just going to have to suffer through this. But I am determined to get better before I leave for Austin, which, if you saw my video this morning, I'm going to Austin. Good morning, Rebecca, everybody. Food Forest Next Door is in the house, and we are starting to get used to your new name, Rebecca. Rebecca is still known on Twitter by her former name, but her channel name is Food Forest Next Door, and she's in Louisville, Kentucky. This is a brand new channel, so give her some love. Go over and check it out. Like a video, watch a video. Hey, Mix. Mix is tuning in from Latvia. Mix is another young man interested in gardening, and had the opportunity to grow up with mushroom hunting in the forest with his grandmother. And Spot is talking about forest, Rebecca. So Mix is somebody I'm sure you would love to connect with. Mix and Jack are 2 of my young male late bloomer fans and Uber fans. And there's Johnny. Hey, Johnny. Hi, Brian. Good morning, Denise. Mwah. I have such great memories of meeting Denise. She was just bubbling over. Didn't you just love visiting her little log cabin? She was just bubbling over. Good morning, Michael. I am drinking. I always start my live stream. Oh, wait, I haven't done my links. Now it's not going to be at the top. I am just going to put my links in here in case anybody is so moved to support me this week. It has been a challenging, to say the least, to say the very least, a challenging year. which we can talk about. I'm sure I'm not the only person that's had a challenging year. Here's my Patreon. I am determined to get 10 new Patreon patrons starting out in 2020. So if you love my channel and you love what I do and you can afford $5 or more a month, you have to do at least 5. Then that money is something that I can count on in terms of budgeting trips and interviewing people and all that sort of thing. So, and of course, there's my t-shirts. Every time you wear a Late Bloomer t-shirt, you are showing my name and what I believe in to the community. And you never know, some restaurant employee or someone in the mall shopping might see it, and you could start a conversation, not just about me and my channel, but about gardening and growing your own food and how important it is to take care of planet Earth. It's our only home for now anyway. So I wanted to point out my oils, because when you are sick with a cold, your essential oils really, really come in handy, not only handy, but needed. And so I am keeping close to me lemon, which is this is an edible oil. I work with Young Living essential oils, and I put my website on there in the list of links. And Thieves is a blend of clove and other herbs and spices that saved a bunch of people during, it's a recipe. It was based on a recipe that a number of people managed to survive the plague in Europe back in the day. You know, every time I move even slightly, there's a light shift. So I guess I can't move. Anyway, eucalyptus. I am taking lots of hot baths, and I'm using eucalyptus. This is globulus. There are different ones. Oh man. And that's the one I'm going to actually put on, because I need to be able to breathe. Oh man. And then I don't go anywhere ever. I have a history of sinus issues because of my past. Growing up in Tennessee, there's so much pollen and so much everything. People who live in the South know. And I always had a lot of sinus issues. And back then the solution was throw another drug at her, you know. So I never travel without peppermint, and this is another edible oil, and I put it in today I'm drinking hot cacao. I was corrected. Someone told me that, a friend of mine told me that I was pronouncing that wrong. I have been known to pronounce words wrong. For example, my Prius. See, I've driven a Prius hybrid for 10 years with the blue one, and then I had a mint green one for 3 before that, so 13 years. So my red one is the color that I've always wanted. I finally have that. And what was I saying? I always pronounce that word wrong. Prius. Okay, who's here? Let's see. And Michael Bainey, good morning. Cutilas Luis. I believe Brazil. Have I got that right? I hope. Filipina Desert Gardener. I think you're in Phoenix, right? Johnny, will you stay there if no one but? No, I can't. That's out of the question. It will sell. My realtor has never had a house that did not sell. And you know what has to happen when houses are not moving? You have to lower the price. So that's probably what's going to happen. Probably going to take the house off the market just for Christmas because no one is shopping, and come back on in January with a lower price. That is probably what's going to happen. And no, there's absolutely 100% no chance. I thought earlier in the year there was going to be possibly a chance. And actually, I prayed for a miracle that actually happened. But when I talked to a few of my friends, it's just, I just don't have the income to support this property to live here. So unless I get a TV show, which is always a possibility, right? I am available and prepared for any eventuality like that. Snowing in Pittsburgh. You know, Luis said that he just watched my video this morning, and yes, you know, it's been a tough week with this cold. I haven't felt like working. I've told my friends, you know, I am always working. I work 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, regardless. And that's how I have managed to, you know, I'm like Doug at Doug and Stacy. Doug, they both do. They both work all day, every day. They enjoy their life, but they do work all the time. And Doug is making those videos every single night. And I got to say, I have not worked as hard as Doug in the last couple of months, but I have worked very hard building this channel and working. And this week, I just said, I can't do it. I've got to rest. So, because I'm going. Luis, did you not see the video? He's asking about the loofah. The loofah is fantastic. In fact, you must have missed that last video. You saw me step up, right? So I'm standing on, in case you missed that other live stream, I am standing on a rocker board. Now, I am not recommending you do this. You talk to your doctor or physical doctor or whatever. But my chiropractor told me that I could strengthen my ankle after spraining it by spending some time on a rocker board. And I found it so incredibly boring to just stand on a rocker board when I wasn't doing anything else. I was timing 10 minutes and it was an eternity. And I thought, gee, I just put it here when I'm doing my live streams. So yeah, so the loofah are fantastic. There's two. I have a couple of gifts ready for Christmas. I'm taking a couple to Boston. So yeah, this is the only one that was really kind of still stained, and I could work on that if I wanted to, but who cares? I mean, you're still going to be able to clean with it. It's just not pretty. Okay, Denise. Kathleen, hiya from Southeast Michigan. Filipina in New Mexico. That's right. And remind me where you are in New Mexico, because I have only been one trip to New Mexico, if you can believe it. And I absolutely loved it, and I want to go back. Let's see. Now, I better not do that. Oh, what happened? Man, you touch anything. Let's see. Oh, Jack. Now, you take your time, Jack. You're still a teenager, but thank you. And Jack is going to be in Texas in February. Seeing his grandfather, who is suffering from dementia. So I can sympathize with that. Cutilas, you're in Mexico. I knew that I do have a Brazil fan, and I hope they tune in. Lisa, good morning. Snowy mountains and slow internet. She is in, Lisa is my late bloomer angel that is helping me with the whole calendar planner idea. And thank you, Johnny. Mwah. I appreciate. Johnny has just made a super chat donation of $5. I really appreciate that. There is a $sign at the bottom that represents super chat. You can make a donation of any amount, I guess over $1, which goes to help support this channel. And Maggie, good morning from Texas. Maggie, where are you? Now let's talk. I want to talk about Texas. But I just wanted to say Lisa has migrated. When she was here, she was in Southern Cal. Obviously, when she was here, she was in Southern Cal. Wake up. And she was in Oceanside or down there. And now she is migrated up to Oregon. Or other people say it differently. I always say Oregon. I don't think that's right. But anyway, that's the way I say it. And it's snowy and she has slow internet. But if you have any questions for Lisa about the calendar planners or any suggestions, she is my info magnet. She is plugged in. She is instructing me on all these ways that I can grow my community. And that's what I have to do this year. That absolutely has to happen. Stephen, good morning. Where you right? No, that's not Stephen. That's Steve U. Mildengren. Where are you writing from? I don't recognize your name. Luis, the black stains will go away if I keep working on them, but there's no point. It's just more labor and they're fine, I mean, if I want to sell them, yeah, but what do I have? 12. So that's probably not going to happen. And I'm giving 3 or 4 of those away. Lisa's asking, how many TV shows start each year? Well, that question used to be much easier to answer, like in the late 1980s and before. I have no idea now with all the streaming services. I don't know. I mean, all the shows used to be packaged and you would come out. In fact, the reason I came out to LA in 1988 was for pilot season. This was back when TV was king, and now the internet is king. So the internet has killed the commercial, the union commercial business. An actor cannot any longer make a living on commercials, a professional actor, because they're all on the internet now and they don't pay very much. So we got a little sidetracked there. Yes, of course I did, but I couldn't finish it. Okay. Good morning, Mindy. Where are you writing from? Ahmed Nur Hakimi. Hello from Malaysia. Hello, my dear sister. She writes, #long live late bloomer show. And I so appreciate that. She sent me a message. I want to give you a shout out. She sent me a message. I think you call me sister, so I'm assuming you're a woman. I can't see your, yes, I can't see your icon that well. But anyway, she or he, Ahmed, let's just say Ahmed, sent me a message, and it was very inspirational and it really touched me. And I want to say thank you so much, especially to all of my late bloomer angels that have been supporting me through this year. It's been, okay, let me get caught up before we, Mexico. I was in Mexico once when I was young, and it was beautiful. I did get Montezuma's Revenge that lasted for a month after I got back. If you guys know what that is, it's a bit of a problem with the lower intestinal tract, and had a couple of scary episodes. But I would love to go back to Mexico, to certain places. I really would. I know the people are wonderful. Oh, Aguas Calientes. I have never heard of that, and I am writing it down so that I can remember. Good morning, Mindy from New Jersey. And Brian is on from New Jersey too. You guys should connect. Where is it? Aguas Calientes. Okay. Fort Worth. I don't know where the Dallas Fort Worth, obviously, same airport. It's got to be close to Dallas. Yeah, I'm going to be in Austin, but my son lives in Texas now. So I am already planning my first pair of snakeskin, if that's okay to say, cowboy boots. And of course I have to have some kind of cowgirl hat. I mean, I just have to. I can't go to Texas without one. Stacy wears a little straw, it's kind of a cowgirl hat. And obviously I need something like that. Oh. Beth, what are you saying? Oregon? Oregon is another way, I guess, to say Oregon. I don't know. Stephen, let's see. Oh, Steve, you don't know where the W came from. Well, Steve, Milden Gren, Thousand Oaks. That's fantastic. You should come and visit me. My God, you're only like over the hill. Anyway, Steve, just go into your Google account, go into your profile, and just change your name and correct the spelling, because that is, just get that W off of there. It's very easy. Good morning, Mr. Tom in Alabama. Don't let me forget to talk about Texas. Lori in Canada, are you snowed in? Lori was asking if she could grow loofah in Texas, and I'm thinking, in Canada. Lori was asking if she can grow loofah in Canada, and I'm going, I don't think so. You'd have to have a heated greenhouse. And somebody was just writing from Norway on today's video, and I said, please tune in. And she was asking if she could grow it in Norway. I said, only with a heated greenhouse, which is the same thing Portia had just written her. Saudi Arabia. What an interesting channel name. What is your name? What is your actual name? Eric, what song is that? Speaking of songs, guys, I learned a song this week, but I have a cold, and I am not going to embarrass myself by trying to sing today. Oh, how happy, Gardner. Good morning. Where are you writing from? And what's your name? Travis. Hey, Travis is here, everybody. Haffy is here. Well, at least you made it, John. Yes, if you had animals, Lori, you'd have to go out. Ahmed, I thought that was a male name, but you're calling me sister, so that's totally fine. I don't have enough brothers. Lisa, Northern California, but close. Diana G. Good morning from Burlington County, New Jersey. That's our third New Jersey. I don't think we've ever had 3 people commenting, chatting from New Jersey at one time. I think this is the first. Oh, by the way, guys, I'm sorry I'm inside. I had everything planned to film outside today, and literally at 6 a.m. when I was sleeping, the balcony door upstairs, Edwin was just asking, he said he'd never seen that setting. No, I don't ever shoot from out there, and that's not my furniture, but I thought as long as that furniture's there. Now I shot those 2 videos, the one that went up today, I shot that the same time I shot the loofah video, which you've already seen. And I shot another video because it rained that day, and I thought, I'm just going to keep shooting. And so what I did was I made waffles. And I made a video of me making waffles in a waffle iron that I haven't used in about 20 years. So you have that to look forward to. And I shot all 3 of those videos the same day because Eric went home and it was raining. So that's why I've used that balcony so much for photography in my life. I mean, when my sons were growing up, every single month I made a commitment when Walker was little to going out on that balcony and taking a portrait with my old film camera, developing it, processing it in my darkroom, etc. But I really haven't had furniture up there, so that furniture is part of the staging. And I thought Eric was working in the back and I wanted to talk about the camellias, which you could see from over my shoulder. So that's why I was writing. That's why I was filming from that spot. Happy. Yeah, that's easy to do. Buggles video killed the radio star, 1979. Mindy, yes, that is true. One of my she's not old. One of my longest term friends lives in Ridgefield, if you know where that is. And she worked in Manhattan for decades, and we actually met in Paris. One of the things I did early on before I became an actor was I went to Paris for a 6-week art program at the Parsons School of Design, and a lot of Americans were in that program. We stayed in kind of an inn or housing or a dormitory, or I don't even kind of remember what it was, but we stayed across the street from the Jardin du Luxembourg. I didn't say that very well, but and I met Mary during that program. So when I moved to New York to be an actor, Mary and I, clicked and got together, and we've been great friends ever since. And she only does work out in New Jersey. Diana, thank you so much, Diana. Jack, you're the lone Marylander. That's true. Let's see. That's true, Lori. I can shoot from anywhere I want, and I can live stream from anywhere I have connectivity, right? And I'm going to do that. And by the way, so next Sunday, let me think where I'll be next Sunday. I actually don't know where I'm going to be next Sunday. Hold on a second. Next Sunday is the 20th. Next Sunday's the 22nd. Okay, I guess we need to talk about Teresa. Good morning. I've been missing you. We need to talk about Texas. Thank you. Happy's reminding everybody to hit the like button. We only have 21 of these, and we got 33 people watching. Oh, Rebecca's got to go. Okay, take care. Thank you for tuning in. What was I going to say? Okay, so I'm going to be in Texas for a few days, and thank you, Ahmed. Dee at Frustrated Gardener, I don't see her here yet, but she wrote me and she said I should do a collab with Daddy Curbs and Kate in Texas. And I wrote to Kate this week an email, and I haven't heard from her. So I unfortunately don't have any information yet, but what would be awesome is to do the live stream with those guys, and that will depend on their scheduling. That would be 10 o'clock. It's 10 o'clock Central Time right now. So please just stay tuned to my community page, and or Late Bloomer Show on Facebook, and you'll find out when my live stream is on Sunday. If I cannot get anything arranged with Kate and Daddy Curbs, both of those are channels, by the way, Inside Kate's Kitchen and Daddy Curbs, Kirbs. And if I can't get anything arranged, then Mindy, you are so right. then I will come to you at the regular 10 a.m. Central Standard Time next Sunday from Austin, somewhere in Austin. I mean, as someone pointed out yesterday, there's got to be all kinds of interesting places to visit in Austin, even in the winter. So I am going to get on that in the next couple of days and get over this cold. And oh, Happy, thank you. I was actually going to say that. If anybody knows the Daddy Curbs very well, or Inside Kate's Kitchen, I think they're very connected. Please tell them that, remind them that I'm coming and I would like to do something. I've never met either one of them, although Kate was moderating on my live streams for a while, but she's probably gotten busy. Thank you, Teresa. Teresa is saying that she enjoyed meeting my family. It's not something that, we content creators do that much because, the web is all over the world, and YouTube is really cracking down on a number of things. But one of them is content made for children. And we are required now for every upload or even live stream to say whether or not the content is made for children. Now, I've always made content that is appropriate for children. And that was very important to me because, when I started out, I had 3 little girls over here and I had 1 little girl over here. And they were part of my videos that first year. And, and I wanted to attract young parents with young children because of the importance of teaching them about where food comes from. And they moved away, and then Zachary took their place. And then Zachary was here for, 3 or 4 years. And then they moved away. And now there are a couple of children over here, but we haven't really bonded. The parents or the children have to express some kind of an interest, and that hasn't happened yet. And another thing is I'm leaving. So, it's hard for neighbors to invest. And they told me they're only going to be here for a year or two. So that's the thing about when neighbors rent in your neighborhood, that they could be coming and going. And when you buy a house, you're going to be more likely to want to get to know your neighbors, hopefully. Let's see. Lori, yeah, I could join that. I could join Daddy Curbs. Well, here I am just inviting myself to Daddy Curbs live chat on Saturday. Somebody tell him. Oh, wait, 9 Central? Oh, his is at 9 Central. At noon on Sundays too. Yeah, maybe, I probably should tune into her live stream. And okay, for you RV lovers out there, I have my friend Frida is in the house, and she is saying good morning. Where are you? And Mary Zisk, oh, that's cosmic. My New Jersey friend Mary that I was just talking about just tuned into my live stream. That is cosmic, Mary. As long as you're on, Mary. I didn't quite finish that story. So as I'm, when you pack up and you go through a life, you see all kinds of photos and all kinds of stuff that you haven't seen in decades. And I was going through one photo album, and there was just a couple of loose photographs stuck in there from New York, from 1980. It was the very first summer I was there, because I remember the setting. We rented this studio loft in an artist complex down in the Greenwich Village, and this was the time that people got perms. I never had a perm in my entire life because I have wavy hair, but my friend Mary has straight hair, and she had gotten a perm. And who did you say it looked like? one of the rock stars, I forgot which one. And she said, she posted, I sent her I shot a picture of the picture on my phone, and I sent it. I should show them that. Can I even find that, Mary? Oh, that was so funny. So Mary has a perm. Oh, I'll never find that. How long ago was that? Well, no, you posted it on Facebook. Let's just go to, well, we can find it easily on Facebook. Mary. Mary said, she asked her Facebook community if anyone else got a bad perm in the 80s. This is hysterical. Where is that? Mary, can I find that very quickly, I hope? Oh, you've posted too many pictures. Oh, shoot. Mary is a graphic artist and a book. She has published a number of books. She published a book on, she adopted a baby from Russia and wrote a book about it, wrote a children's book about it. And it was fantastic. It is fantastic. And she's written other books, and she's such an artist. And I encourage you to check her out on Facebook, Mary Zisk. She does not have a channel. Oh, come on, Mary. Where is it? I just saw it on your Facebook page. Oh, it's too far down now. Oh, well. It was so funny. We were sitting on the sofa, and Mary's got this perm. And I am sitting there. I look like I'm about 15. Oh, crap. You post too many things, Mary. Darn it. Right when I'm talking about it. How can I find that easily? Oh, well, I can't do it. Lisa, I need some recommendation for lights and cameras to set up a video studio at home. Well, I just sold all my lights. And my lights were 15 years old, at least. And I don't recommend this camera. So if anyone else has a suggestion, we could probably get some good recommendations, Lisa. I don't have them off the top of my head. Quartzite in January. Hi, bed. Teresa had a bad perm in the 80s too. Many bad perms, Kathleen says. Frida said, I did the beehive once in the 80s. It was so high and sprayed so much, not even a bee could get in there. I know. Well, you've heard, we used to call it, we actually called it ratting. We ratted our hair. It was a comb that had these little teeth on it, and you could go like that and make that's how they made those things that were sprayed to death. Thank you. That would be so amazing. If you gave me $1 million, we would make a TV show, and I would come to Saudi Arabia. Would anybody be interested in me interviewing Mary about how to self-publish a book? She's self-published. You self-published the first book, didn't you, Mary? Are you still there? I know it was a big hit on FB, Mary. Where is it? It's so funny, right when I'm talking about it. We have to find it. How far down is it? Oh, so hysterical. Oh, should I just look in your photos or something instead of trying to go through your posts? Okay, this isn't a person who's active on Facebook. I'm not. Oh, heavens. I just saw this like a couple of days ago. It was hysterical. Photos, friends. Talk amongst yourselves for just a minute, everybody. I'm going to find this dadgum. It's right here. I should have done this to start with. Just go to the photos. She goes, Throwback Thursday. Okay, who else had a bad perm in the 80s with Kaye Kittrell? Look at this picture. I hope there's not a reflection. If you can, that's Mary. That's me. Oh. But what was the rock star you said you looked like? Mary, who was the rock star you said? Maddie, hi, Maddie is tuning in for, Peter Frampton. Peter Frampton. And okay, which band was he in? I forget. Maddie is tuning in from Iceland. Maddie, I have a cold, so that's why I sound a little funny. I'm using all of my most essential oils today to try to feel better because I'm traveling on the weekend to Austin, Texas for Christmas. And we all had big hair in the 80s. That's true. And yeah, would you like to see my headshot? Have you guys ever seen my headshot from the 1980s? I still have it over here. I'm going to show it to you. Okay, get ready for this. Hey, Daryl. Let's see, Kathleen. I had my last perm when I looked like Jimi Hendrix plugged in. A good video might be about the camera gear and your suggestions. That would be an excellent video, Lori, if I could recommend what I use, but I can't. You have no idea how often, of course, I have to cut it all out. The colorful language that I use when I'm trying to get this thing to focus. Now, I'm sure it would help if I read the directions, but who's got the time? Oh, Mary put the link to the photo above. Oh, no, you put the link to, let's see. Oh, I know, and those permanents. My mother always got permanents. As she went gray, she had kind of naturally wavy hair. But she was a dark brunette. And, I'm still holding this picture. This is my headshot from the 1980s. Now, I just want to point out anybody who is 40 or younger has no concept of what we went through as, well, even if you're older, you probably have no concept what we went through as actors in the early days. And any time before digital. I lived uptown in Manhattan and would have to get on a subway and go all the way to the village, almost to the village, to go to a place that could put one new credit on my resume. And so it could be reproduced. Crazy. And they would put it on a floppy disk, and you probably don't even know what floppy disks are. I mean, it was just incredible how hard we had to work. And we had to send hundreds and hundreds of these pictures to everything all of the time. Now it's all online. All of my photos are online at Actors Access. You can find me. All of my reels, it's all on my website at kayekittrell.com. But here we go. This was one of the most striking headshots I ever got made. And this was back when my nose was perfect. Ta-da! Now, this was actually made that blouse. Believe it or not, I made that blouse. That is a designer pattern. And it's 100% wool, black, with a pattern on it. And I made 2 skirts, 2 knee-length suit skirts, and a bright red silk, shantung silk jacket to go with it. And that this was in the day where if you had an imperfection, this is before Photoshop. So if you had an imperfection, the photographer would make a print from the negative and an 8x10 print and take a razor blade and literally scrape that darker color very fine on the point until it looked the same tone as the rest of your skin. It was incredibly painstaking. Now you can do this with a couple of swipes in Photoshop. It's incredible. Take it easy, John. Take it easy, Happy. This was a while ago. Curious Cat. Curious Cat knows what floppy disks are. Hey, Gina. Let's see. Musa Basju. That must be bamboo, Eric. I hope no one did, Tom, Mr. Tom. I hope no one gave me a thumbs down on a live stream. But if they were so moved, then thank you, Victoria. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Amal. Amal is tuning in from Saudi. There's 2 people on from Saudi Arabia. Just imagine that. I am sitting in my little office in Los Angeles, and I have people from Iceland, Latvia, Saudi, Mexico. Why am I blanking? I'm sorry, got a cold. Let's see. Thank you, Gina. Thank you, Kathleen. You know, it's almost the same haircut. It's literally almost the same haircut that I still have. It's just that in this picture, I used rollers, obviously. I took the rollers out. And if you saw when I did the interior tour video, I used rollers on my hair, and it's basically the same color and the same style. Thank you, Ahmed. That's a beautiful prayer. Brian, I know the wonders of the internet. Brian, there are now 3 people on from New Jersey, or 4. Mary, you, I was just talking to her. Let's see. Well, anyway, it does happen, Teresa. I think I have a couple of trolls, honestly, that they have to be subscribed to my channel, because otherwise how would they know, like the first day or 2, that I have a new video and that they would thumb it down? You know, it's just, you can't please everybody. And Doug keeps telling me, don't pay attention to the haters, just keep uploading, just keep doing your thing, focus on your work. So that's what I'm trying to do. Mindy, sorry. I was trying to think of you, Mindy. The diamond commercial. Oh, yeah. That's not a headshot. That's a what we call a tear sheet. And I actually don't know where that is right now. There was a stack of old work stuff. Oh my God! If you could see Mary, you're still on. You know how the gorgeous pictures I did back in New York. Oh my God. Onions rash. Hello, ma'am. I came across your channel. Well, what is your name, Onions Rash? I reminded this person of spending time with their grandfather in Syria. And are you writing from Syria? Frida is asking if I have any new plays coming up, and no, I don't. I am hoping that something comes up because I want to kind of push this year behind me and have a whole new adventure this coming year. And Lisa is going to be instrumental in helping with that. I do know where a few things are. Does anybody want to see any of my, I mean, I'm not going to dig this stuff out unless people are interested. It has nothing to do with gardening. It has everything to do with me and acting in the 1980s. So, Cyprus, Amir, I hope I pronounced that right. Cyprus has the most exotic connotation. I have no idea what it's really like there, but it sounds like it must be beautiful in Cyprus. What are we getting rid of, Haffy? Oh, you know what? I might have that photo. You know, I'm so off track here, everybody. Let's see what else is going on. My mother, while I'm looking for this photo, my mother is doing okay. She's hanging on. And by the way, remember the garden lady, the marble statue that was in my garden in the back? Well, it's very interesting, but the people who lived next door, I mean, he had the property since the whole neighborhood was developed, and he passed away in 2005, which is what led to the property being sold. And I wound up with that garden lady because it was sitting in their backyard, and his son gave it to me. Anyway, I had no idea that this statue had a history, and it did. It does, and there are a number of people who wanted it back in the family, including this lady. And that's not. It's kind of hard to see, but she came, and I gladly gave it back. Let's see, too bright. It's too bright. It's too bright. But anyway, she got it back, and I can't keep it. So I'm thrilled that she's able to. Do we have any Downton Abbey fans out there? There must be a few. Absolutely love Downton Abbey. And here I am with, I don't know if you can see, posing with one of the stars of Downton Abbey. That was a highlight for sure. I probably won't be able to find that picture, but I did think it was on here. That goes back a ways, I guess. Okay. I don't see it. By the way, everybody, I have some footage from these two events that I went to in Malibu, and I still have not put those into a video, and I really need to do that. You haven't seen any of the footage from Coronado. I haven't done that. I mean, it's not really garden stuff. I mean, my cousin's wife does garden, but it's not so much wouldn't be so much of a garden video. Anyway, I don't see that. So if anyone, Jack has to go. Okay. Hey, Martha. Martha would like to see busy for you. I'm sure you need it. I do need a giant rest, Teresa, but it was like I was telling my friend yesterday, or last night, I can't remember. Or maybe it was this morning. You know, I thought, I have a cold. It's cold. It's windy. I can't go outside. The microphone would be obliterated with the wind. In fact, at 6 a.m., the balcony door, I was sleeping upstairs, the balcony door flies open. And I mean, it's not that cold here, but suddenly it was 60 degrees. And And I woke up and I thought, how'd that happen? And I remembered yesterday, Eric was here and I did not film yesterday. He worked on bamboo. We had a lot of cut bamboo that had to be put out. And so I had spoken to him out the balcony, navigated from my bed to the balcony, and I had not locked that door. So it was just pulled to, and it wasn't. So it flew open. Then I realized I had to get down and lower my umbrella out. I've got the big red umbrella on the front porch. And, if the wind blows really hard, that could go into the front windows and break them. And that's not something I can afford to have happen right now. Which TV series are we talking about? Oh, Downton Abbey, yes. Oh my God, can you believe I have not seen the movie? And my friend Hazel wanted to take me 2 or 3 times when it was in here, right here in the village, and I didn't go. By the way, you've never seen, if you're interested, I'm a photographer, and this is how I organized. If you can see, those are almost all of my negatives that I shot. Most all of it is 120 film, negatives and proof sheets. And they're all labeled by date, by year, starting in about 94 and going till about 10 years until digital blew everything out. And then here, these are all prints. All those boxes are prints that I made in the darkroom. These are the negatives and proof sheets. And then in here I have a combination. These are all 11 by 14 prints, every single one. And then here I have some boxes, 8 by 10 boxes. These are portfolios, 8 by 10 size print portfolios. And in this, in this shelf here, I have work stuff from New York. In one of these, I hope I'm not going to drive people away, but in one of these portfolios is a picture that got me the job on Saturday Night Live, and I wound up working there for 2 years, just doing bit parts. Here's another one of my favorite headshots. I have never been able to duplicate this haircut. I had a guy cut my hair when I was in New York. He spent 2 hours. It was about the length it is now, and he gave me that short. Everybody said I looked like Annette Bening until I stopped using that. I'm not going to show you all these pictures. They're kind of sexy. Yeah. But anyway, nothing risque, but just, it's just too self-aggrandizing to do that. But there, I did want to show you this one picture. Oh, God, I can't believe I looked like that. Look at this. That's me. I think that was the same day I did that other one. Same photographer. I'm just going to find this one shot. Oh my God. This is incredible. I haven't looked at this in like 15 years. Look at these. Ta-da. That was the big hair era and dark makeup and all of that. And I just want to find, here we go. This is the picture that I took this portfolio into Saturday Night Live. There was a casting call, and I got in there. And is anybody interested in this story? Yes, aggrandizing. Connie, yeah, yeah. So I went into this casting call. Oh, wait, hang on. At Saturday Night Live. I had just gotten to New York like a couple years before. And everyone in the waiting to go in was platinum blonde and very, very well endowed, either naturally or artificially, if you know what I mean. And I walked in and I thought, oh my gosh, you know, I'm never going to get this. And I showed them this portfolio, and this picture stopped them in their tracks. And for anyone who has seen, of course, Mary, if you're still there, Frida, you've never seen that. No, I haven't, Frida. Can you believe that? She asked me if I had scanned these pictures into digital. I have not. I should. Because, you know, this particular 8x10 was taken by a photographer. I was not given the negative. This is all I have, this one piece of paper. But when they saw this picture, they hired me. And if anybody has seen my film on Saturday Night Live, you will recognize that look. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Amal. Victoria. I know. I don't do much glamour these days because, you know, I'm in the garden and I'm older, you know, so Kathleen wants to hear all my stories. Good, because I have a lot. I have a lot of stories. Well, Victoria, speaking of Vogue, good evening from the UK, Sam. I've digressed from gardening talk, and we're talking a little bit about my acting career earlier on in the 80s and 90s, and showing some pictures and stuff. Thank you, Denise. It's aggrandizing. Onions Rash, I forgot if you told me your name. You do too, what, Denise? Because I don't know what the last thing was you're responding to. Well, that's the thing. It's like I just assumed they would go for this, you know, shall we say bimbo kind of type of the platinum blonde with it, you know. And this was very, this is like the most elegant picture I have ever had taken. And that's what they went for, you know. And thank you, Amal. Thank you. Oh, okay, Denise. So anyway, how many people, if any, besides Mary Zisk, have seen my Saturday Night Live video, the one that I was in? Oh, yes, makeup art. Connie is saying her neighbors are makeup artists for the movie industry, and boy, do they have some great stories. Yeah, makeup artists can, especially union makeup artists. When I first came out here, I was doing a commercial, and I had I think I found that photo. I'll show it to you in a second. And I went in, and the makeup artists, you know, the union makeup artists and hairdressers rule. They rule. And I have two stories, quick stories. And one, I was doing a commercial, and they want you to go in with a clean face. They did. I don't know what they do anymore. I mean, it's been a while since I got hired. But anyway, you go in with a clean face, and she made some crack about my eyebrows, asking me if I had been in the war. If my computer upstaged me with that ding dong. but she asked me if I had been in the war, like I had these, missing sections of eyebrows or something. And that was kind of brutal. The other story, no, there's 3 stories. I have 2 more stories. They're better. So I went into audition for Becker, which was a very popular sitcom starring Ted Danson, who had starred in the ever popular Cheers, which I'd also worked with him on Cheers. Same casting director. And I'm afraid if I mute that, then you won't be able to hear me. Yes, I'm going to do that, Lisa. Lisa's making a suggestion for me. I want to talk about that in a second. So I go in, my hair was shorter, and I go in, it was just kind of natural like this, but it was shorter and it was just kind of cute. And for the audition, I did the audition, but it was all natural wave and everything. And I went in, I got booked. That was an interesting story because thank goodness I had this casting director already knew me and had hired me on Cheers. So when I went in to audition for this was the era of faxing. So we would get our sides, which are the script pages called sides for the scene we're in. They would send those to us by fax. I had a fax machine that sat on that table there. And it would come out in these thermo pages that, you couldn't read 3 days later. I don't know if anybody remembers those fax machines. It was like rolls of this paper. It was just, anyway, I had these 2 sheets and I was reading the scene with the casting director and the producers were there. And I read to the second page and they're looking at me expectantly. And I'm thinking, well, that's it. That's it. That's all I have. And she goes, well, there's another page. And I said, oh, and this was before I got contacts. And so I didn't want to wear my glasses into the audition. And in fact, I had left my purse in the waiting room with my glasses in there. And she goes, well, here's the 3rd page. Just read it, I said, I was just honest. And I said, I'm sorry, but my glasses are out there and I can't read this without my glasses. And so they sent me out and I thought, I am not going to get this job after this dumb move. And so I went back in and I actually did get the job. And so I go to the set and I go into the first person you report to is after the AD, first AD, to tell people that you're there is the wardrobe and hair. I mean the hair and makeup. And I go in and she decides, I go in with my hair exactly like it was in the audition because I thought, don't take any chances. This is what they hired. This is what they want. No, she decides to smooth it, put rollers, make it into this dew and sprayed it. And the whole while I'm just going, no. But that's what she did. And so they send me out to the set. They're ready for me. They're ready for me. And they send me out to the set and the director goes, her hair, it doesn't look like it did in the audition. And she goes, well, we thought blah, blah, blah. He goes, no, I want it to look like it did in the audition. So I had to go back in there and she had to wet my hair and start over. Yeah. But anyway, I got the job and it was a lot of fun and it was a really cute scene with Ted Danson. The other story is when I worked on Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman with Jane Seymour, the actress Jane Seymour. And you know what? I better not tell that story. So anyway, I'm gonna get off of that. I don't want to get in trouble. How can we see them? What are we talking about, Frida? Are you talking about the Saturday Night Live video? There's only hey Hayden. You know what I'm talking about. No, 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 no. I did not do that, Teresa. I know, I know. I have the ultimate. Are you kidding me, Hayden? Hayden's from Phoenix. Fantastic. Let's talk about Phoenix. Hayden, didn't you wait? You just said you were a makeup artist, right? Oh yeah. I had a fantastic makeup artist do my makeup in that picture. It probably never to be duplicated, especially because my face was kind of perfect back then. My hand is good. It's just this is just a precaution because I when I fell in October, I didn't pay attention to the hand. I kind of fell on my hand, and so I went to the doctor. When I got back from Thanksgiving, I went to the doctor and I just said I would feel more comfortable if it was stabilized. Now I had one of these things. In my drawer since 2006. But when we were doing the clean out in August and getting ready for the estate sale, I put a huge bag of all of those various ones that we all used over the years, from shoulder to elbow to wrist to ankle, all that stuff went out. I said, I'm not going to keep all that stuff. And it went out. And so I had to go back to the doctor and, and he agreed that just wearing this, especially when I'm traveling, because, you just can't help it. You're trying to put your suitcase, half the time you're trying to put your heavy carry-on over your head. And, I hate to say this, but very often there will be men on either side of me and I'll be going, and I won't get any assistance. It has gotten better as I've gotten older. I have to say that a few more men are stepping up and opening the door and helping me with my suitcase. I'm going to get in trouble if I tell that story, Frida. I really, this is the internet. Connie, I was in, which is still running, Gilmore Girls. I did a couple of Gilmore Girls, and I just got a check the other day for $26. You just can't beat those residuals. Well, let's just say, Kathleen, I'll tell you this. I went to the audition once again. When you're an actor, you've got a whole bag of tricks. You've got various costume things. You've got a few wigs and falls and this thing and that thing to kind of change your look. And so I had a long blondish braid, and I had my hair up. If you've ever, I don't know, maybe you can see the photo on Kittrell.com. I have it on the photos page, the photo of me when I worked on that show. And I went in to the makeup artist when I got to set. I got booked on this thing. I had worn this, I had my hair pulled back like this, and I had this braid that went over like that, very prairie woman stuff. And so I got booked that way. So I thought, well, I'm going to take it in, you want to present this to the hairdresser. And I just said, I wore this to the audition in case you wanted to use it. And she goes, oh, no. Only Jane wears a braid. That's only half the story, but I'm not going to tell the other half. Sticks, you are such a flirt. I love you. It's not, but thank you. It's been I hate to say it's been the worst year of my life, but it has. And the only thing that's made it bearable is my late bloomer community and Walker, of course. So I am really looking forward to turning a new leaf with Lisa's help in 2020. My God, can you even believe we're all still here? Lisa just, oh, where did that message go? Okay, here's somebody found the picture. This is the picture. I did a diamond jewelry ad. This is way back in the early 80s. And this is me. Can you see the ring on my finger? I don't know if you can see that. There's a big old diamond on my finger there and big old diamond on my ear. Anyway, Lisa just wrote, Lisa, you wrote me an email. Okay, so Lisa is suggesting that on the next live stream, I take the January calendar out. Now, Celine, who has the latest version of the calendars, went on vacation with her family, and I failed. I take full responsibility. I failed to get those updated versions from her before she left, and she didn't take her computer. So I don't have a copy to hold up today, but if you saw my other live stream, the calendar will be an 8.5 by 11 sheet that you can download and print out on your computer. And all the days will be blank. It's going to have the major holidays, and it's going to have the versions of the moon, because I know a lot of people pay attention to the moon when they're planting and so forth. So we are on the very next live stream. I'm going to take out the January calendar, which I hope you will have already downloaded. It will be on my website, latebloomershow.com, this week. And I don't know how to let you know that other than just to tell you now, to go to latebloomershow.com and download that. It's free. And we're going to do a to-do list on the back of it for January. We're going to schedule tasks such as things that we have to do to accomplish the things, our goals for January. And of course, in terms of me, I will be talking about people that I want to interview. And now that I'm all set up on Zoom, I have an account. I'm going to learn how to use that. And I will be able to invite you by a link to my my Zoom interview. So I can have somebody here talking that can be remote, and I can be here. I can be asking questions. I can be asking them questions. Oh, Louise, you're late. We've covered so much. You'll have to go back and watch. We talked all about my acting from the 1980s. So we're going to do, that's what we're going to do in the next, and then Lisa has also, she's such an idea person. She's already got a whole list of things that I'm going to be talking about in terms of, what I'm involved in, acting stuff, if you're interested. And Mary, maybe we can get Mary on and talk about self-publishing your first book. I mean, there are still things that we can accomplish, even though we're older. Let's get it done. Let's be as productive and make it as big of an impact on the world as we possibly can with however long we're able to do that. Yes, and you guys bring your suggestions about who I might interview, and people that might appeal to certain communities in your life, certain groups and communities. Yeah, so we're just gonna have a whole to-do list on the back of the calendar, and that's You don't have a printer, John? What am I going to do with you? Well, I guarantee you, if you have email, Happy, if you have email, you can download the download and take it to, I don't know what you have in Colorado, but just take it to the print shop and just have them make you a couple of copies. No big deal. You can do it. Please say hello to Luis at Green Zebra Gardening. He's just gotten on very late. I'm going to have to scold you, Luis. And Teresa says, amen to that, Kay. But I don't know what I said that you're saying amen to, because I'm blathering on. I made it to 6. Kathleen, that is so interesting. Congratulations. Kathleen made it to 65 3 weeks ago. Let's just sing happy birthday. You know, I will sing happy birthday to Kathleen. You guys can sing it with me. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kathleen. Happy birthday to you, and many more. Happy, thank you. I hope you're right. You know, if this year didn't kill me, okay, Maddie wants to know, what would I do if I couldn't wear makeup anymore? I simply wouldn't wear makeup anymore. I'm not ashamed of the way I look. I mean, I think fantastic, Hayden. Fantastic. Okay, Hayden is going to do my makeup if I go to Phoenix. I was just on you know, my mother doesn't wear makeup, Maddie, and you know, she's 90, and you know, because she's spending a lot of time in bed and everything. I feel like she looks so much better with a little, you know, concealer under the eyes. I think everybody does. I mean, every woman. Men too. You know, if you see men in TV or movies or on camera or news or anything, they're all done. Believe me, they're done. Hayden, right? They're all that's done so that they look beautiful. Mindy is saying, everybody be kind to everybody. And Frida said half the story is better than nothing. No, I really don't want to get into trouble. Gina, that was not a commercial. That was a print ad only in a magazine. So you're probably thinking of some other actress. I never did a diamond commercial, unfortunately. Frida said, did I get to keep the diamond? No. Do you see one on my hand? Thank goodness, Daryl. Exciting news. Next week's live stream will be post-solstice. The days will be getting longer. Thank you. When is the solstice, Daryl? I haven't checked. The solstice is on Sunday, isn't it? The 22nd? Isn't that the solstice? Solstice. Say that 10 times. I challenge you to say solstice 10 times. Okay, let's see. Where are we? Amal, you and I can relate. That's for sure. I mean, even as hard as last winter was, and last winter was hard, and you probably saw it in my face. I was really, really struggling. Even as hard as that was, I never got a cold. It's when you travel and you get around with other people with colds that you get sick. I didn't have a cold the entire year. Oh, good, Kathleen. Thank you. And Frida and Teresa, everybody is. No, Teresa, I need more than lip gloss. I need color. I look dead without something on my lips. Let's see. Okay, let's talk about Phoenix. So I was just communicating with Jack Davis this morning. They were trying to get their January scheduled because Jack's father-in-law, who lived with them, she and her husband Jeremy, passed away recently after surgery, some kind of complication. I'm not sure what exactly killed him, because they were doing thumbs up after the surgery photos. So I don't know exactly what happened, but it was pretty shocking. And Jeremy has been very close to his father his whole life, and he has lived with him for years. So lived with them for years. And so they're just kind of regrouping after spending so much time at the hospital and stuff, and getting caught up on work and trying to figure out January. And I was thinking that I would be, hoping that I would have had an offer and that the house would be moving through the process of being sold. So I would have that, big load of worry off my mind going into 2020, but I don't. And so we had already talked about me going over to Phoenix on January 10th to the 13th, but I think that's unrealistic now. And also, as all the Phoenix people know, things get better and better, and they're better in February, and they're even better in March. So I'm going to postpone thinking of a trip to Phoenix until at least February. Now, I have a birthday in February. So I had my first birthday party. I never showed you any of these pictures. I had my first birthday party. Where are those pictures? I have so many pictures. Anyway, but you see, when you have a print, when you have an 8x10 print, you know where that is. You can put your hands right on it. That print, I haven't looked at that picture from the 1980s in 15 years at least, but I was able to open that cabinet, go right to that photo album, pull it down, and open it up, and there that picture is. So those are the good old days when you could really keep organized. And now with digital, there is so much stuff. There is so much content. There is so much stuff. It's impossible to keep track of everything. So I have a lot of pictures, and I don't even remember what I was talking about. A picture, whatever. Let's see. What? Who's moderating here? Does anybody still left? Happy? I'm just removing some stuff that seems inflammatory, guys. I don't know. It seemed to be pointless. Just trying to get attention. And succeeded. Got my attention. You got my attention, and you got removed. So if you want to contribute something positive to this live stream, you're welcome to try. Thank you, Felice. Felice is with us, guys. Felice is the fantastic, I want to say, medicinal chef, because she knows so many beneficial ways to healing recipes, I should say, healing recipes. Felice, Stella, we did the 2 videos earlier in the year. I was in her garden way over in East Los Angeles. And let's see what else. Nanu, where are you writing from, Nanu? I forgot. Lisa Lee, I missed you. And I love you too. Lisa, you'll have to go back and watch. This has been sort of a live stream about my acting. I don't know how I got up. Holy cow, it's 9:30. Wow, have I been carrying on? We're talking about everything from makeup to acting to gardening and everything in between. Yeah, I hope so. Oh, you did. Oh, Louise sent me a Christmas card. That's, I used to do that. I used to go to great lengths to make our family Christmas card. And one time, we live in California. One time we all put on shorts and short sleeve shirts, and I dragged a Christmas tree that was decorated, simply decorated, out to the beach down here. And we all posed with this little Christmas. It was a Christmas tree, 5-foot Christmas, 6-foot Christmas tree, down to the beach. And I took the Christmas, of course, I had the camera set up with the tripod and took a Christmas photo down on the beach. And those were the days. I don't do any of that anymore. Frida, yeah, that comes to many people's minds. I have a follower named Marilyn Monroe. I mean, her name is actually, help me out, people. What is her actual name? Alita. And I saw a comment from her a couple of days ago, and I was hoping she was going to be on the live stream. They're gone now, Happy. Let's see. No, Felice does not have a channel, Gina, but Felice has a website, and which you could probably learn a lot from. Felice, can you share your website? Or maybe it's felicestella.com, or no, I don't think that's what it is. Felice, what is your website? Lisa, what are you referring to? You will definitely watch what? Oh, the replay. Thank you. Thank you, Onions Rash. But before you go, can you just tell me your first name and remind me where you are? You are in Cyprus, I think. I would like to be able to try to remember your name. Yeah, I used to do that. I had the most beautiful card. Let's see if I can see those easily. Boy. I had forever until I got everything shifted around. I had a box that said Christmas cards on it forever, right here. Oh, well, I can't find it right now. But it had, I photographed both boys with the old Rolleiflex camera. And somehow I got red. It was a black and white shot, and they were wearing the little Christmas hats and pajamas. Oh, well, anyway, it was really cute. I'll have to show it to you sometime. Louise says, my garden tour video is better than expected. Okay, good. Faithful Flowers, Diana is in the house. Norma Jean. Let's see. Oh, Cheryl, how are you doing? You're the one with asthma, right? I'm not getting you mixed up, am I? She was in the ER last week, I think. And I hope you're going to get better soon, Cheryl. This is tough. We will be praying for your good health. Let's see. Oh, right. Amir, but pronounced without the I. Okay. God willing, I hope you do too, Amir. 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 I can't pronounce it without the I sound. Okay, Diana. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. I should get off too, guys. Luis, if you're talking about doing live streams with your laptop, yes, it is much easier, but it's not easy to do a laptop garden tour. Not for me. I don't have connectivity. If I started walking out there, I would just lose everybody. Oh, Cheryl, I wish there was something that we could do to help you feel better. If you were close by, we could. Just don't eat any sugar and get lots of rest. And I hope you are able to report back in next Sunday on the Sunday live stream, and that you will be much better. Yeah, well, you probably, I guess, if your body aches, you probably got the flu and asthma or something. Ammer. I guess that's, am I saying that right, Amal? Ammer. Okay, everybody, my gosh, it's 9:37. Thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. Looking back down memory lane. I have to show you this. I want to leave you with this image because I have this bulletin board behind my door, and it's really messy, and it's got various, those, remember, I don't know if you ever had kids, but they, when they do soccer and they do various sports, they would make these buttons with their picture on it with their little uniform. And I've got a few of those and some notes that my sons wrote me, and a picture of Bjorn Borg, who was my favorite tennis player, and a picture of Diana, Princess Diana, and just some very special things, but they're just like magazine covers and stuff. And I used to keep the magazines. I'm going, why am I keeping this whole magazine for this one picture? And this is the picture that has resided beside this picture. This is the picture that has resided on my bulletin board since it came out, which is at least 20 years. Maybe it's been hanging right there. I'll show it to you. Okay, this is a treat for you Ralph Fiennes fans. Ralph is a British actor, and after he did The English Patient, he was, the sexiest creature alive. And of course, he's a brilliant, brilliant actor. And people today know him from Harry Potter. I think it's Harry Potter, where he has the no nose and the flattened nose and everything. I think that's it. Anyway, this was right after, this was 1995. So I've lived here since 94. And I brought this bulletin board with me. And this is an Annie Leibovitz photo, of course. And this is when he had hair. So this has been on my bulletin board, giving me inspiration since 1995. Okay, with that, I'll say goodbye, everybody. I almost fell off my rocker board. Don't want to do that. I know, Victoria, right? Voldemort, thank you. Amazing, beautiful. Good, Cheryl, you get better. Oh, that too. Oh dear. Good grief. Hey Kay, I love your videos. My mother and I watch you and get inspired to go out and get gardening. And my prayers to you, Cheryl. Thank you, Abdullah. Where are you writing from? Very quickly. And then I'm gonna go. Um, let's see. Did I miss anything? Pomegranates that's hard to get. You're welcome, Kathleen. Bye, Beth. Bye, everybody. I'm actually getting a little hoarse. Saudi Arabia. So that's like 3 people from Saudi that tuned in today. That's amazing. Thank you so much. I hope my fan club in Saudi Arabia, which is a big country, I hope it grows. I hope you all have a wonderful week. Please don't miss my video today. If you can show my channel some love, that would be great. YouTube has done a lot of cleaning house this past week. They've deleted a lot of closed accounts, is their explanation for why my subscriber count has dropped by like 500 subscribers. And I'm sure other channels have as well. And the truth be known, I mean, there's no point in having a subscriber that has a closed account. You want real people that are actively watching your channel to be your subscribers. And but still, it would be great to finally hit 50,000 subscribers. But that would have to happen in the next 2 weeks, and that's going to be tough without your help, because I need 150. So spread the word. If you enjoy what I do, I'm going to be doing a lot more stuff next year. Not only gardening, but hopefully you'll all go along with my travels and my journey and be part of my community. And oh yeah, Frida, oh yeah. So thank you so much for watching, and I love you guys. Have a peaceful week. Cheryl, I hope you get to feeling better very soon, and hit that like button on the way out if you haven't already. And thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.